everyone. I'm Melissa here, and welcome to your Melissa Moment. Hello, everyone. Melissa here. Welcome to your Melissa Moment, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. There's a lot to unpack today. This is going to be a bit of a talking video, and it has to do with, I guess, mental wellness, frustration, anxiety, my hatred of people in general. I don't even know where to start. And it's funny, my husband and I and our daughter, we travel. I don't want to say a lot. We travel frequently, but there's definitely people out there that travel way more than us. I do think we travel more than most people we know, though. And we do like to visit, Las Vegas quite a bit. We try to go at least a couple times a year. And I mean, I've talked about it on this channel before. We love Las Vegas. We love everything about it. And the last time we were in Las Vegas, we were there for longer than usual, which was great. And it's funny because we come back to where we live in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. And I mean, I have born and raised here. My husband is from Alberta, but has lived here for 15 years. And it's Saskatchewan. We always seem to be a little bit behind the rest of the world. Everyone views time differently here. Everyone is very slow to do things. We're a farming community, so a lot of things when it's, harvesting season or seeding season, business kind of just stops. And my husband has said, gee, I think we stayed in Vegas a little too long this time, because we both came back from our Vegas trip and immediately both of us have noticed people who do business here do horrible business here. And I've known this for a while. I used to own my own business. My husband has his own business. We're talking from experience. But compared to a lot of other businesses in Saskatoon, we're both amazed at not only how these businesses are still open, are still functional, but how they continue to get business, the way that they run things. This is what my frustration's about. Now, there's a couple things here. I'm going to give you a couple situations, a couple examples, okay? Let's start here. My daughter is almost 9 years old. She does go to a private school. My husband and I decided, way before we even had her, that she would not be attending public school. Now, if your child attends public school or you plan on your children or future children attending public school, that's perfectly fine if that's your decision and that's what you want to do. My husband and I, however, we have family members who are teachers. We have had firsthand experience with public schools. And I mean, if you've watched the news at all lately, public school is not where we want to send our child. And we are fortunate to be in a position where we can send our child to a private school. We know full aware that not everyone can do that. And we are very grateful that we are in that position. So we chose to send our child to a private school. Now, on a whole, the school has been great. The school has been great. It's a very small school. It has a very high teacher to student ratio. There's a lot of positive things that we love about this school. Now, as I said, our daughter is 9. She has been going to this school since preschool. So she's been there for a long time. This is the only school she has ever known. Now, the school she goes to, as I said, is a private school. It's actually a house that has been converted into a school. So looking at it from the outside, it looks like a house. It's in a residential area. It's right by other houses. The only thing that tells you it's a school is the sign in the front yard that says it's a school and a sign on the back fence that says it's a school. There are no other distinguishing anything that would tell you it's a school. Now, I noticed when we started going to this school that there were no school zone signs, like the city school zone signs that when you're driving it says, hey, school zone, slow down. There were none. 0. None. And of course, people would speed in front of the school because it is on what I would say is a main road, a very busy road, and people would speed, right? I mean, there's no school zone sign, so of course you're going to speed. Eventually, I had asked the teacher saying, you know, I'm surprised there's no school zone signs. Like, people speed down these roads a lot. We have very young children here. You know, the teacher is great. She's great. She's great at what she does. She's a fantastic teacher. And she teaches many different grades, many different subjects, and that takes a lot of effort, right? So I understand she may not have a lot of extra time to do other things. And I had brought this up to her, and she had said, yeah, we did try to get school zone signs, but we couldn't. Now, my husband and I both, we're very determined people, and we both have really good problem-solving skills. My husband is fantastic at like negotiating and persuasion. I am very good at, if something isn't right, it needs to be made right. So I had said to the teacher, that doesn't seem right. This is a school. You are a registered school. You should have every right that every other school in the city has, and that includes permanent school zone signs for the safety of the children. And of course she says, I completely agree with you. We couldn't get anywhere. And I had said to her, would you mind if I look into this? Because as a parent of a student, I feel this is important. And she said, absolutely, by all means. So my husband and I started looking into it and found out who to contact, and I sent an email to the department, and I got a response back within, I don't know, a couple weeks of a few back and forth emails. They had to assess. They had to see if we, in fact, were eligible for school zone signs. Because it was in a residential area, they did have to send out a letter to the community, letting them know that this was going to be taking place. I mean, there were processes that had to be done. End result, I was able to get the city to install permanent school zone signs for the school. Fantastic. This is what we need. This will help keep our children safe. Now, as a parent, it's very frustrating because we still, to this day, have people speed through the school zone, even with the permanent signs in place. Never fails. People are speeding through. And as I said, it's frustrating because we have very young children. So if you're in Saskatoon, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say a lot of schools not only have the permanent signage in place, most schools, I would say 98% of schools in the city, also have portable rolling carts with the school zone signs. We do not have those. So now I'm like, okay, the permanent signs are not working. Let's get some portable carts. Every other school has them. We should have them as well. So again, I contact people to try to figure out, where do I get these carts? Who has these carts? Who supplies the schools with these carts? And this took a lot longer to figure out. I started looking into this last year. Okay. Well, technically this year, I guess. But it was early in the year. And I was hoping to have these in place. Well, I wanted to have them in place right away. But worst case scenario, I wanted to have them in place before the start of the school year. That didn't happen. So I finally figured out who to contact. Okay, so it was through the Saskatoon Police Service. Now, I contacted the Saskatoon Police Service. I got thrown around to a few different departments. Finally got in touch with a constable that kind of seemed like he knew what I was talking about. Now, he had stated, oh, let me look into this, right? So he did, got back to me. Apparently, at one point, I don't know, 15 years ago, maybe longer, there was a grant through the government to make these portable signs and to give them to the schools. Now, I have seen some schools have 2 of these carts. I have also seen some schools have like 6 to 8. They do not use them all. They have them all, but they don't use them all. And one of the constable I've been talking with actually approached a school who had 6 to 8 and said, we have another school who doesn't have any. Could we have a couple of yours? You seem to have extra. And the caretaker of the school, I'm not going to say which school, the caretaker of the school said, no, we need all of these because they break and we have to fix them. So we need to have this many. We have 0. We have 0. You have 8. And you're only using 2 at a time. But that's fine. That's fine. No worries. Anyway, long story short, the grant that used to exist no longer exists. There's no longer money. So we've been told if we want these, we have to pay out of pocket. We are a non-profit school. And you're telling us we have to pay for school zone carts that were given to schools in the city, except us, and now we have to pay out of pocket for it. Are you kidding me? So the constable said, look, we can apply for a grant to get more of these made. Apparently, I'm the only one that's contacted them about these carts in like 4 or 5 years. He goes, we can apply for the grants. I'm like, okay, apply for the grants. This was in May of 2024. Apply for the grants. I'm like, do you have any idea when we're going to find out the whole thing? He goes, no, give me a call closer to September and I'll let you know where we're at. So applied for the grants, waiting. September's on the way. So I call the constable. I said, hey, how's it going with this process? He goes, you know what? Haven't heard anything yet. I think they're still accepting applications. So it's the government. They never do anything quick unless they're taking our money, right? So it looks like if I wait for this grant, we may not get approval of the grant. And even if we do, we wouldn't actually get these carts in our possession for probably another whole school year, which is not acceptable to me. We need these now. We have young children and we have people speeding and we just can't wait. So my husband and I talked about it and we're like, look, we will take care of this cost and we will gift this to the school. We will donate this to the school because it's important. And then it comes down to trying to figure out where to get these carts, how to get these carts. Nobody knows anything. One person said here, oh, you get the carts made here, but the signs themselves are made through the city. Okay, so now I'm talking to 2 different places. I've got one place who I've been told makes the carts. I've left 2 messages via voicemail, and I've left 1 message in person, like with someone, an actual person on the phone. I've left a message for this one specific person to call me back about the carts. The signs themselves, I haven't actually talked to anyone. It's all just been through email. And each cart has 3 signs, okay? There's the rectangle 30 kilometer an hour sign. Then there's the triangle sign of like the grown up and a child like crossing, like holding hands. Then at the bottom is logo signs. One for the Saskatoon Police Service, one for the City of Saskatoon, and one for, I can't remember, there's another SGI. Those 3 logos, okay? So the sign consists of those 3. So I've been talking with this person through email about getting these signs made, and I've left 3 messages to get the actual carts made. So the sign person is like, okay, so we need to know who is going to be taking care of the cost of these signs, blah, 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 blah. Now, I was told by the police service that it was $250 for 2 carts, okay? And we were like, okay, no problem. We'll take care of that cost. We'll take care of it. Now, I did not realize at the time that that was an incomplete cart. That's literally just the cart. That's not the signs that go on the cart. No. The signs, that's through the City of Saskatoon. To get the signs made, you guys, they quoted me $450 to get the signs made, plus the $250. This is costing $700 for something that was given to other schools. What? But again, it's for the kids. I would feel absolutely horrible if we did not get these signs and some idiot sped in front of our school and God forbid, hit a child crossing the road, I wouldn't be able to live with myself for $700. I mean, yes, $700. It's a lot of money out of my personal pockets that I was not expecting to pay. But the other hand of a child possibly getting hurt because these signs were not in place, I couldn't live with myself. Now, I'm not saying these signs are going to stop people from speeding. I hope they do. That's part of the reason of getting them, is to make people pay attention. Like, I understand it's a residential area. These school signs, the school zone signs, have only been in place for 2 years. I get it. You wouldn't normally think there would be a school there because it doesn't look like a school. So that's why, to me, these portable carts right in the middle of the road, I'm hoping will draw drivers' attention to be like, oh, there's a school, and I'm hoping they slow down. So because of that, I'm like, that's fine. Let's just do it. Just do it. So I told the city sign shop, well, actually, I asked them in an email. I'm like, look, this is for a nonprofit school. We have children as young as 3. Is there any discount or anything that you can do for us for the safety of our children? And the response back was, no, I'm sorry, our hands are tied. These are the prices. Fine. I said, fine. I said, make my signs, but I only need the 2 signs. I do not need the sign that has the logo of SGI, the Saskatoon Police Department, and the City of Saskatoon, because none of those departments are providing the sign for our school. So why would I advertise for them? I am paying out of pocket for these signs. I don't want anyone else's logo on these signs. Forget it. So they were like, that's fine, we can do that. Great. So as far as I know, the city sign shop is making my signs. Now, I still have not heard back about my rolling carts. So I've left 3 messages, and I'm like, you know what? Not today. So I go there in person, and I'm like, hi, I'm looking for this person. I've left 3 messages. Bring them out. You know what I mean? Like, this is my frustration, you guys. This is why mentally I'm having issues this week. Because no one does their job. Like, I don't get it. How hard is this to return a phone call? Fine. So I get there and they're like, oh, let me call back to that department. So a guy comes up front, not the guy I'm looking for. No. The guy that comes up is actually the person I spoke with on the phone that I actually left a message with. And he said, oh, I'm so sorry. The person you're looking for is out on a call right now. Did he not call you back? And I'm like, no, he didn't. He goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I talked to him about it. I'm like, well, that's great. So again, he's like, I will get him to call you back. Like, I will get him. And it was a Friday. And I said, look, I understand it's a Friday. If he doesn't call me back today, that's fine. But please get him to call me back Monday at the latest. Please. Like, this is important. Because I have the signs being made. If they can't make the carts for whatever reason, the signs are no good to me, right? Like, what do I do? So he's like, yeah, no problem. So eventually the guy finally did contact me. Finally. And I'm like, look, here's the situation. Can you make these? Can you do it? And he's like, oh, yeah, we can do that. When do you need them for? I'm like, as soon as possible, please. He's like, okay, well, we are pretty busy. We can put it on the board, get to it as soon as we can. I'm like, great. I need them. I need 2 of them, please. I need them. So, and he's like, okay, again, who's paying? It's all about money. I'm so sick and tired of everything being about money. Like, at what point Do we look at something like this and be like, this is for the safety of children? Every other school got these for free, and I got to pay for them. Like, at some point, the city of Saskatoon, you're charging me for school zone signs that you were giving out. One school has 8 of them, that they don't use all of them. Like, it's so frustrating. Long story short, finally, I have everything being made as far as I know. But can we please just do our jobs? Like, I feel like I am doing everyone's job for them. It's so frustrating. And I know this is turning into a long video, but you guys, if I don't get this out, my mental well-being is going to be worse than it already is, okay? Let's talk about the next situation, about people not doing their jobs right. And I need to tread lightly here. And this might just be because this has rubbed me the wrong way this week with no one seeming to do their job right. Back in May, I think it was May, March or May. I think it was May. Wait, nope, it was March. I know, it was March. I won a contest. Give me a second. I'm worked up. I got to take this down a notch. Those signs got me worked up, guys. Okay. I won a contest. I was very excited. I never win anything. Never win anything. Okay. I'm not going to name businesses or anything. But I won a contest. I was very grateful. Actually, it's through girls that I know. Okay. Girls that I know, I won a contest through. They have their own businesses. They came together in a collaboration for a contest. I gotta look. Was it May or was it March? I'm starting to think now it was a Mother's Day thing, which would have been May, right? I want to give you guys accurate information because that's what I'm all about. I don't like rumors. I don't like estimations. I like full-on facts. So let's start with that. No, it was in March. I have an email here. Perfect. March 11th. So the contest was you would win a boudoir photo session with one company. Another company would do your makeup. And another company would give you a spray tan. Those 3 things. I won. Excuse me. I was very excited. And at the time of winning it, the photographer immediately contacted me, which was great. She contacted me immediately. Congratulations, so excited, because I know her. She knows me. Like, we're not super close friends, but we've done things together, and we know who each other are, right? So it was great. She's like, hey, when do you want to do this? I've got some dates, blah, 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 or we can do it later in the year. Like, we're flexible. And I said, you know what? I have a birthday in October. I feel like I've been working really hard on myself, and I kind of want to do a full makeover. And I think it would be fantastic to capture that in a photo shoot. So can we maybe do around my birthday, which happens to be in October? And she wrote back, wow, I love that idea. Fantastic. Let's do it. Here's the dates I have available in October. Tell me your thoughts. So we picked a date. We agreed on the date. Wonderful. She said, this is who you need to contact for the spray tan. Contact them on Instagram. Okay. The makeup, she goes, I will let the makeup artist know the date you chose. look for an email from her probably like 3 weeks before your shoot just to go over things. Fantastic. So I reached out to the tanning girl via Instagram. And nothing pisses me off more than sending a message to someone, seeing that they've read it, and they don't respond to you. Just pisses me off. I originally reached out to the tanning person in March, and I had said, hey, I'm the winner of this contest, blah, blah, blah. We've decided to pick a date in October. I'm not sure how far in advance you do your bookings, but I would like to book you. Now, I have never gotten a spray tan before. This is new to me. There's a lot of rules with spray tans. Like, they recommend getting it a couple days before your photo shoot. And they recommend getting any like waxing or sugaring or nails or eyelash extensions done a few days before the spray tan. And then like before the spray tan, there's a certain amount of time before they want you to like exfoliate and moisturize, and then at some point you stop moisturizing, and then like there's so many rules, like so many rules. And I'm juggling a lot with this photo shoot, right? Because I got to get my hair done, I got to get my eyelashes done, I got to get my mani done, I got to get my pedi done, I got to get my sugaring done. Like, I got a lot going on that I'm trying to juggle. And I'm a planner. I like to book things and get it done so I don't have to worry about it, right? So I reached out to this tanning girl. I'm like, hey, blah, blah. And she goes, oh, I don't book that far in advance. I'm like, okay. When should I contact you? Right? She said, I'm going to go back and look. Let's go back and look at what she said. Because again, I want to give you guys correct information. So March 28th is when she said, I'd suggest approximately 3 weeks prior to your shoot. That's when you should book me. 3 weeks prior to your shoot. Like, don't book 3 weeks for the tan, but contact me at 3 weeks prior to book your day a couple days before your shoot. So I was like, okay, no problem. Now, my shoot is October 2nd. 3 weeks prior would be September 11th, okay? I reached out to her September 4th, which is actually 4 weeks before my photo shoot, okay? She told me 3, but I was getting antsy, so I contacted her a month before. This is where it goes downhill, you guys. This is where it falls off the rails. So I reached out to her again 4 weeks before. Again, I reintroduced myself. Hey, I won this contest. You had told me to reach out 3 weeks before. I know we're about 4 weeks before. This is when I would like to book the tan. Keep in mind, I'm juggling according to the tanner's rules of when to book before the shoot, what to have done before your tan, all of that, okay? So I said, I need to book you on this day, okay? I sent her this message. She read it. She didn't respond. Didn't respond. 24 hours have gone by. Didn't respond. I literally copied and pasted that message again the next day. She read it. She finally responded, but not right away. I could see she read it, and again, I didn't get a response. Eventually, she responded. This is all she said. I will attach my booking link below, and you can schedule in for a time slot that fits best with your schedule. Okay. I literally just told you when I had to book in, but apparently I have to do that for you. Fine. So guess what? I go to her online schedule. Guess what, guys? She has no availability on the day that I need. 0 availability. So I've already booked in things like my nails and eyelashes and all that. But now I can't get in and tan on the day that I need. So now I'm looking at the days the tanner has available to try to see if I can change my other appointments to make all this work. It's just not working based on what she has available, which is not a lot. Now that pisses me off because she told me to call message her 3 weeks before. This is 4 weeks and she's already booked up. If she had just let me book in March like I wanted to, we would have avoided this whole situation. But no. So now I'm getting frustrated because I'm desperately trying to juggle everything. And I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, I've never had a tan. Would it be nice? Yeah, maybe. But I'm also nervous. I mean, if this is how she does business, I've never been to this person before. I don't know this person. If this is how she does business, what if the tan doesn't go right? There's so many rules and I've never done this before. What if I don't exfoliate properly? Or what if I moisturize wrong? Like, my anxiety is through the frickin' roof. And I'm like, what if the spray tan looks horrible on me? What if it ruins my photo shoot? I'm like, you know what? Maybe I can just get a spray tan after the photo shoot because it's free. I won it, right? I won it. So there's a part of me that's like, I won this. I should use it. I should get it. But my anxiety is high with the photo shoot. So I had sent her a message saying, darn, I was hoping for this date, but you don't have any availability that day. I guess I will just have to book it for after the fact. Is that okay? Because I don't know what the rules are with this contest, right? Like, yes, I won this spray tan, but it's supposed to be for the photo shoot. Well, she doesn't have availability to do the spray tan before the photo shoot. So I'm like, well, can I just do it after? Like, can I still get the tan, right? But I don't know what the rules are. So I'm asking her, is that okay? Her response, unfortunately, I don't have any evening appointments on Monday. Okay, I didn't ask if you had evening appointments. I said, hey, I noticed you don't have availability. Can I book it after the fact? So I don't know if she was like, read my message wrong and thought I wanted her to make an exception and do it after hours. That's not what I was asking. So at this point, my anxiety's through the roof. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just not going to do the tan. It's fine. I don't want to deal with the tan anyway. I'm just not going to do it. So I just wrote back, okay, no problem. Thanks anyway. And that was it. So I've decided tan's out the window. I'm not doing the tan. It's not happening because she can't fit me in for this photo shoot. But it's frustrating because I'm trying to book. I'm trying to plan ahead. I'm trying to make things run smoothly. And people like this won't let me. And then they told me when to contact them. And I contacted them even earlier than they told me to, and they couldn't accommodate me at that point. So it's frustrating. Like, she knew when my photo shoot was in March. She knew I'm supposed to go a couple days before. Could she not have booked me in at that point? Like, how frustrating is that? So I'm sick and tired of people not doing their jobs right. I'm sick and tired of people making things difficult. It doesn't have to be like this. Now, I have not let the photographer know that the tan's not happening because I don't want to cause any anxiety for anyone else, or to have her say, oh, you need to get the tan done, or anything. Like, I'm not doing that. So I'm just going to show up on photo shoot day, pasty white, and that's just what it is. And if she wants to do editing on color, please do. You're a photographer. I know that you know how to edit. I've seen her work. She does amazing work. I mean, currently, yes, I have tan lines. I don't know if you can see. I do have tan lines from the summer. It is what it is. Also, the makeup artist, who I know, I have not received anything from her yet. We are about 3 weeks to the photo shoot. I have not received anything. I was told I would. I haven't. So now I'm wondering, am I even on the radar? Or did everyone forget about this? And now the makeup artist also won't be able to do my makeup on that day because now she's booked or something else is going on. So my anxiety is through the roof with this whole thing. And as excited as I was to win this contest, and I think this is a great prize and everything, I can't handle it. I can't handle it, you guys. It's just, I have so much anxiety because I'm a planner and no one is letting me plan anything. And it's so frustrating. Like, I'm spending a lot of money out of pocket, even though I won this photo shoot. I'm spending money on my eyelashes, on my manicure, on my pedicure, on my hair, on my sugaring. I've been thinking about getting my eyebrows redone. I've been thinking about getting my teeth whitened. I have to get all my outfits of what I want to wear. That stuff is not cheap. So I'm investing a lot of my own money. Now, granted, do I have to do all that? No, I definitely don't have to. But it's around my birthday. I want to treat myself. I want to feel good about myself. I want these photos to look as good as possible. So I'm willing to put in that time and effort and money to ensure that they are going to be great. I just need a little cooperation. You know what I mean? So that's my frustration. People just, and people wonder why I don't like people. This is one of the reasons. You can't trust anyone. You can't depend on anyone. Nobody does their job well. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't understand it. I really don't. So this is my current frustration. This week has been nothing but frustrations. I know this is a long video, but I'm going to give you a couple more examples of frustrations. Hopefully these stories won't be as long. We have a mosquito service. Again, I'm not going to mention names right now. They come, we pay for them to come every month, okay? They spray our entire yard for mosquitoes. They have wasp traps that they set up. We also have mouse bait boxes outside in our yard because we do have a mice, I don't want to say issue. We have a lot of mice activity in this part of the city. And thankfully, we haven't had issues with them in our house in the last couple years, but we have had issues in the past. So I know a lot of people are against having bait boxes and stuff. I completely understand your concerns. I get it. But this is what we do. So we pay for these people to come once a month and take care of all that for us. Pest control. That's what we pay for once a month. Now, I've mentioned to my husband before, I'm like, you know what? When they come, I don't think they're doing everything they're supposed to be. Because when they show up, they're here for like 5 to 10 minutes. That's not enough time for them to deal with all of that. It just isn't. We have like 6 bait boxes that need to be opened with a key and need to be replaced. The bait needs to be replaced in all 6. And some of them are in spots that are not the easiest to get into. And even the wasp traps, I think we have like 4 or 5 of those that you literally have to cut down, refill new ones, zip tie them up. Like, it takes time. And eventually, this is like the last time, I think, before winter that we're going to have a treatment. And the guy came, and my husband had sent a very detailed message. And we've gone over it before. Now, this company has gone through new employees, like a lot of new employees. So I don't know what's going on with that, but whatever. Each time we get a new employee, we go through everything. This is what we pay for. This is what we expect. And every time, yep, we got it. Yep, not a problem. But yet they're only here for like 5 to 10 minutes. This last time, my husband sent a very detailed email. This is what we are expecting when you come today. We also are very accommodating people. We know when they're coming because we usually keep all of our gates front and back locked for safety reasons. So we make sure the gates are unlocked. We make sure they have full access to everything. I do my best to make sure like the yards are clean. There isn't anything in their way. You know, like we put a lot of effort into this as well to try to make their job as easy as possible. Well, the last time the guy came, he was here for like 45 minutes. And I said to my husband, this proves they have not been doing this all summer because he's here for 5 to 10 minutes. This time he was here for like 45 minutes because we also have cameras, front, back, side. I know exactly when they get here and when they leave. And I said, I am not happy that we have been paying this premium price for pest control every month. And obviously they have not been doing everything they were supposed to. So my husband, as far as I know, he's going to be contacting the owner. The owner seems really great. We've talked to him before, like in the beginning of the service and everything. He seems like a guy that really wants to, you know, make things right and that kind of thing. So at this point, I don't want to hire this company again for next year. Because why am I paying all this money if you're not doing everything you're supposed to do? So that's another example of businesses not doing what they're supposed to and surviving. Because here in Saskatoon, people just accept things. I can't do that. If you tell me you're going to do A, B, and C, and I'm paying for A, B, and C, but you're only doing A, I can't accept that. A lot of people do, though, and that's what I don't understand. Like, why? Why is this okay? Why are people okay with that? It's like people that go out to eat and they either have really bad service or really bad food and they still tip at the end. Why are you tipping when you did not have an enjoyable time for whatever reason? You're like reinforcing bad behavior. I don't understand that. So this is my frustration today on this Wellness Wednesday. Businesses doing really crappy at their jobs, not doing their jobs right, still expecting to be fully compensated for not providing you with what they're supposed to, really bad communication skills, really bad follow through, really bad everything. It's frustrating to me. And something's got to give at some point. Either I need to become a hermit who never leaves my house and never interacts with the outside world, or businesses need to start failing and going bankrupt so actual businesses can take over and actually do what they're supposed to, or we need to move because it's ridiculous. So my anxiety's through the roof this week. Let me know, especially if you live in Saskatoon or Saskatchewan. Can you relate? Have you run into this? Businesses just not doing their job? Or you having to chase people and constantly leave messages because they won't call you back or they won't answer your question, or you just feel like you're getting sent to this department, to that department, and nobody knows what they're supposed to do or what the answer is. And not only that, nobody really is putting any effort into figuring it out for you. Like, this can't just be me that gets frustrated with this, can it? Let me know, because this week has not been great. I'm hoping that the whole photo shoot goes well. Fingers crossed we don't have any more issues, because I wanted it to be relaxing and enjoyable, and it's just not. So that's it for today's Wellness Wednesday. I'm hoping next week is better, and I hope you guys are doing okay. Thanks so much for watching. As always, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.